I am back and welcome to a Virgin Galactic Fridays. I couldn't have waited more excitingly for my comeback. I was a little bit sick, maybe from my Instagram that you should follow already, that I am currently in Sylt, which is like an island in northern Germany, which is super relaxing. You have the beach access, you have nice restaurants and so on. It's absolutely insane. And while that is happening, we will talk about a couple of things for Virgin Galactic today, okay? And I cannot wait to talk with you about the stock space. Then we will talk about the stock chart. Then we finally go to a more broader topic that I need to discuss with you investors, that is Blue Origin, okay? We will talk about their performance, we will talk about their presentation, we will talk about their future, we will talk about the competition, everything you need to know here in this video. And with that said, let's dive into the stock. So let's talk about space stock. And I know it's not a great performance, and I agree, and I know there's a lot of negative comments, and I actually don't care. You know why? Because I know that this company has so much potential that we will laugh about these prices in a couple of years. I think there is very low scenarios where this company cannot be successful with this team, with this brand, with this product. I think this is a no-brainer, and that's why it makes 80% of my whole portfolio, which means if you lose, I lose more. But if you win, I win more as well. Okay, so let's dive into the stock. You can see that the overall trend is definitely down. From the highs of the 8th of July, we actually lost almost 40%, okay? Monday was a great day where we had, the overall market weak, space going higher. Then we had the Blue Origin flight. The stock crashed 7%, then recovered. So you see, there is, let's say, fire and demand for the stock at around $30. The people want to buy every single available share below $30. This is my opinion, okay? This is how it looks like. Because you have a bad market, usually the stock should be bad as well, because it's a very, very volatile stock. It's a very, very speculative stock. And that's why I think that this is a good sign for space. But if you're looking into the overall week, we started at somewhere around 37 as of this recording, and then we are currently at 32, so minus 13%. Not nice, but I would say necessary, because you have this volatility. You cannot have a stock that just goes straight up, okay? It needs to go down, it needs to go back up. At least it will stay in a certain channel, which we will discuss now in the stock chart analysis. You know that, fine art is something very interesting, right? But actually, do you know that fine art appreciated more in value than the S&P 500 return by 174% from 1995 to 2020 by compiled public data of Masterworks? And you might ask, do you need any knowledge about art? Obviously not. Like, Masterworks do all the work for you, okay? Which means that you can, concentrate on the really important things in life, while you have a very experienced team that look for the best art investments, and you can just track the approximately value of your art and also your full portfolio in your Masterwork dashboard. If you're investing into a project, then one of the first things is actually who's the team behind it. And for Masterworks is actually brilliant, because the founder is a top 100 art collector, plus the other founders founded companies already that valued $1 billion. So if this is not a go, then I don't know what is. Let's have one more thing that you really need to know about Masterworks.io. For our next video, we couldn't be in a better place than Monte Carlo in Monaco. And as you can see in the background, there are the super rich on their big yachts. And actually they have a prestige that we don't have until now. Masterworks.io IO is one of the projects that I'm so excited to talk about, because actually you can invest in properties, you can invest in stocks, but what the big guys in the back are investing as well? Exactly. Very prestige art. Okay, I'm talking like Banksy Mona Lisa. This is this picture. This was bought by Masterworks, and you could have purchased shares that represent an investment in that piece. So the final question is really, what are you waiting for? Because you can go down and make a free account with them right now. So with that said, I hope you will join, and best regards from Monaco, and let's go back to the vlog. As you can see, Wednesday was actually a pretty good day after the little shock of Tuesday. As you remember, Blue Origin flew, and then Virgin Galactic actually went down -7%, ended the day -1%. And since then, the stock is on the rise. Also here today, Thursday, in the pre-market, you see that it's, almost 1% up. So it's continuous. And this is because Virgin Galactic on an overall scale is still in this very sharp upturn channel and trend here. Okay, so the trend continues still, even when the stock in the next couple of days would go back to 26. It would be still the same trend. And as we can see, and even back in May and April, where the stock really went through everything bad that it could have gone through, shareholders are selling, breaking through the 200 and 550 moving average. And then just recovered because it was clear that obviously they're going to do their test flight program. So with that said, here you can see here's a small resistance that they have to break through at around 34. So this will be quite interesting if we going just back and forth until the beginning of August, which I think could be another indication to go higher. But so this is the main part of this stock chart analysis. We are in the overall trend up. We have here some strong supports at 28, then also 26, as well as 22. Okay, though the overall market need to be very bad that we reach those levels. So I think we rather attack now the next 34 levels, and then we see if we can break through. Because if we break through here, this could be a very bullish sign for traders that then you have a pretty good picture. So 34 will be very important, whether it's today or around the Q2 earnings. It is a very important to break through and close also after $34. Okay, this is very important. It's always important to close the whole day after the resistance. Okay, so this is really important to really have a long-term view on that. So with that said, let's dive further in what the Blue Origin flight means for Virgin Galactic. All right, let's talk about Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin. All right, as we know, the space industry seems to have its big year this year. All right, Virgin Galactic goes up. Just a couple of months ago, the first crew mission by SpaceX. This was though in 2020, I think. And then we had obviously yesterday's Blue Origin flight, which I obviously, glued to the laptop, watched on my holidays right now. And I have to say, the experience was absolutely sick. Okay, I mean, I know it feels like I shouldn't talk about it, but it's really good. I mean, you have this automated rocket, you have this capsule, and Jeff Bezos, he's not without any reason the richest person on earth. He's a very smart guy, and I really loved what he said in his interview, which is basically, look for yourself.
This is the first step. This is a tiny little step of what Blue Origin is going to do. And what we're really trying to do is build reusable space vehicles. It's the only way to build a road to space. And we need to build a road to space so that our children can build the future. And what that's all about is this planet, and you can see it. When we're up there, you see how tiny this planet's atmosphere is. You know, here it seems big. You look around, it's all around you, and but it's really the small thing supporting all life. So we need to take all polluting industry, all heavy industry, and move it off Earth. This is going to take many decades, but that's what we can do if we have reusable space vehicles. And so this suborbital tourism mission lets us practice that. So we need to do that over and over and over and get as good at running space vehicles as we are as a civilization at running commercial airliners. And then we can have, you know, this dynamic civilization of the future, a better world for all of our kids.
Yeah, I mean, just to dig into that a little bit more as well, I mean, you're an innovator. You're known throughout the business world for quite literally revolutionizing the way people live on a daily basis. So how does that process, I guess, carry out or manifest over the coming decades from a space perspective?
Well, there's New Shepard, which is what Alan Shepard did, and the next thing we're working on is called New Glenn. And New Glenn is a reusable vehicle for orbital space travel. So that's the very next step as far as Blue Origin is concerned. And really, though, we need to build the infrastructure. You know, when Amazon started, we didn't have to build a package delivery network. It already existed. That was infrastructure. And if you want to be a space entrepreneur today, you have to do everything from the very beginning. There's no real infrastructure that's at an affordable cost. So that's what we have to do, is build that kind of infrastructure, and then future generations will get to rest on top of it.
As you can see, he talks about the next generations, that we are the builders, okay? We are like Christopher Columbus going to the United States and building the first colonies, but the future will build what we now have as the US. But the grounding fathers, this is actually, I think, what Jeff Bezos wants. He wants to be in the history books as the, you know, founding father of the moon colony, or the Mars colony, a part of it, because obviously Elon Musk will go there first. So he's talking about the space line and bridges to space, to the future. I really like that, okay, without any doubt. And then you had the whole experience, you know, the live stream was similar to Virgin Galactic. I feel like Blue Origin had some kind of cool things and Virgin Galactic had some cool things. But if you're looking now into a perspective of the competition and also the product, okay, which product they will choose, okay, I think there will be the price point. Either Virgin Galactic nor Blue Origin have finally said how much a ticket will really cost. Then the experience is almost the same, right? You're going up, you have like this adrenaline rush, right? From the rocket of the spaceship or the rocket of Blue Origin. Both have like a similar experience. You know, we saw that older people like Richard Branson or the other astronaut at Blue Origin can both sustain the travel to space. And then you have the microgravity moments, right? I feel like the cabin, because it's a long cabin of Virgin Galactic, was a little bit better. You have seen, like, you know, they have a little bit more space to float around, I think. This is what I experienced. Otherwise, it's a super nice experience both ways. You see the Earth, you have this magical moment, and so on and so forth. And then finally, they come back to Earth, which is one, you know, by parachutes, and then you have to get picked up. Other than that, you know, you are going into a landing by a glide flight of Virgin Galactic. What is a little bit better of the location? I really like Spaceport, okay? Spaceport is such an experience by itself. This is a plus point for Virgin Galactic. I don't see too many, let's say, advantages if you go for Blue Origin, right? You have a little bit bigger windows, I give them that, right? But even you have seen in the footage when, you know, Jeff Bezos floated around, there were more, you know, you are more likely to experience the floating because you're seeing the Earth already for a couple of minutes when you go up. So you want to experience the microgravity as well. And then the cabin is more important. So I feel like maybe Virgin Galactic has a little bit better experience here. But both experiences obviously are so in demand, and this is actually what the people don't understand. So when they sold Virgin Galactic, you know, 7% minus just after the flight of Blue Origin, the people will say, okay, wait a second, there is millions, and Blue Origin actually announced that they sold tickets worth of $100 million, guys, okay? So there is a huge demand that they need for a couple of years to work on. Even Jeff Bezos said, you know, we have bigger missions. We want to go further, and this is just the tourism part, just to train. Let us train to, do this more frequently, every now and then, to shoot a rocket up and to learn from that, to be more experienced, to go to the moon one day and to the Mars and so on and so forth. So you can see that I believe that you are in a very nice time to be alive because you experience that, okay? I can easily see, Jeff Bezos building within the next 50 years, big stations in the space, in orbit, where we can go for holidays or even live eventually. This will be insane. And hopefully in our lifetime. So pure science fiction, but it will come true someday. And on the way, both companies can be very, very wealthy because there's a lot of demand. And I think when people understand this, okay, there's a lot of demand for the tickets and they need years to basically serve that. First, they have the pricing power. Second, they have business for many, many years. This is a very, very good thing to do and have as a company. And then people will say, okay, I want to invest in either of those companies, but Blue Origin is not public, so I go for Virgin Galactic. And I think this might take a while, but will be an evolution of the price, and I think this will be very, very nice. So with that said, let me know in the comments below what you think, and then we can start discussion. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you tomorrow.